Razabani for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Delighted to have with me on Zoom all the way from the United States of America, Christopher Lovejoy. Chris, how are we doing?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm just chilling, doing some light training, just finishing up this contract stuff, ready to get back in the mix, keeping myself relevant, the usual.
No, absolutely. It's been a while since you've actually had kind of a fight. What is the situation with you at the moment?
Well, I'm deemed the contract I had with Don King was deemed terminated this January. He was served everything, notice of breach, notice of default, and final termination letters and stuff like that. That was done this January. The actual contract expires in about 2 weeks. So instead of me pressing the line and here's my paperwork, the contract's done, I got a lawyer out of New York, real good lawyer, took care of it for me. Instead of me just saying that, now I can come with an expired contract and my termination paperwork. So there's no excuses. Like, I really could have been pressing for a fight since January, but let's just wait till it expire. And now there's 100% no excuses.
Because you just never done King.
Yeah, like I really don't have time for it. It was embarrassment to me. It was embarrassment to everybody involved going over to London. I really wanted that fight with Dave Allen. It was just kind of like a lot of people blame me for it. And it wasn't my fault, man. I wouldn't went over there if I knew that was going to happen.
So in terms of moving forward, and have you already kind of decided in your head who you're going to work with, manager, promoter-wise, network-wise?
I got a few people that's consulting me. I haven't opened up any type of negotiation for any type of promoter yet until this thing is 100% done. I got a good relationship with Eddie Hearn in Matchroom. But let's just see how it goes next few weeks, see what fights come up, and we just go from there. But I never was really looking for like a big-time promoter. I just want the fight. And then however the fight goes, we talk promotion. I was never trying to lock in dates or years or fights or stuff like that. I just wanted to get in the ring.
No, absolutely. I know you've had that one loss to Manuel Char a couple of years ago, but you've still got quite an impressive record, 20 wins and knocked every single one out.
Yeah. Well, I got to stay active. I fought last October. I fought last May against Char. I took that loss. I got to win October. I'll be fighting again this October, whether it be for a big show or a small show, just to stay active. And then we start looking for a big fight.
We will speak about some of those fights a little bit later, Chris, but just firstly, we're a few hours away from one of the biggest fights in the heavyweight division. Certainly this year, Anthony Joshua embarks on a rematch with Alexander Usyk to reclaim those belts. With everything you've seen this week from the media workouts, the press conference, the weigh-in, the build-up, how both fighters are, what's going through your head at the moment?
Man, this whole build-up for the last 6-7 months, I had Usyk the whole way. Just based on the first fight, I couldn't see it being too much of a difference. Just thinking that no matter what type of game plan AJ came with, Usyk was going to have a match for it. And then, going through the process, and AJ having a new trainer, seemed like he's taking his camp serious. I kind of switched my pick over to AJ. Like, you know what, man? It'll be good for AJ to win. It's good for boxing. It's good for the UK. I mean, he's still a cash cow, and his win sets up making fights. But after the weigh-in, he did a couple of interviews. He said the belts don't matter. They asked him about his conditioning. He said he don't know. He'll know Saturday. And I just said that right there. He don't have it mentally. And people hit me back saying that, oh, he's just playing a mind game. I'm like, nah, that's not the type of mind game you want to play with Usyk, The mind game you want to play, you want to intimidate your opponent, especially what happened last fight. Let him know I'm serious, I'm ready this time. I got a new trainer. The camp went extraordinary. Everything went good. I'm in tip-top shape. I'm a different animal. I would like him to say something, to do something like that, to possibly intimidate his opponent. But coming in acting like you don't care about the belts, you don't know what your conditioning is. Boxing is mental. You give your opponent more mental, even if he's not even ready. You don't want to give him no type of edge. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So now my pick is back to Usyk.
So
even though Even though I want AJ to win, I said it's good for boxing. I think he's a bigger sell in pay-per-view and numbers across the world than Usyk is. But I don't know. I don't think he can do it.
You said you supported or you favored Usyk for the last 6 months, and then you switched to AJ. Why did you switch? What did you see that you said, right, AJ's going to win?
I just saw him going through the camps. I just saw some pictures, some mitts and stuff like that. And I was just like, you know what, man? I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I think that he know what he did wrong. I think that he got a good coach in Robert Garcia. They know what he did wrong. And I know that AJ is a bigger, stronger guy. And if he just turns it over a little bit and makes it a fight and not a boxing match, I know he can do it. I always knew he can do it. I didn't know if he was gonna do it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with the underdog because I always picked the underdog, and that's why I picked AJ. I switched my pick. I said, no, I'm gonna go with the underdog. This is probably the first interview or first time he's saying since yesterday in my tweets, I'm taking Usyk because for the last few weeks I said I got AJ underdog. Let's go.
I know Josh is probably the most rounded combination puncher in the heavyweight division. Do you think if he turns up the heat, he knows he says himself that I got the tactics wrong in that first fight. If he goes on his front foot hard, constantly throwing that jab to the face, to the body, and throwing that right hand with aggression, like he does, like we've seen him in the past, does he take Usyk out?
100%. I 100% thinks that he can stop, and I know he can stop him. It's just where he do it, where he just go balls out, all out. I'm not going home with a loss. I need my belts back. You got to earn this shit. I think he can do it. I don't know if he will do it, but I know he can.
Sometimes fighters can become complacent, especially when they become world champions. It's happened many times in the past. But with Usyk, with everything going on in his homeland, in his home nation, do you think he's gonna have that extra edge and motivation to say, "Listen, I'm here to put Ukraine back on the map. I'm not here to take a loss for my country."
Usyk seems like he's gonna be focused no matter what's going on outside the ring. He just seems like that. He don't seem like he brings the outside life to the ring. I don't think it'll even make a difference to him. This is my opinion. The way he carries himself, the way he shows up to fight, discipline. I mean, he didn't gain or lose 1 pound. So it shows right there, like, I don't need to change nothing up I'm doing. He don't want to put on any bulk. He don't feel he need to lose any weight. He came in the exact same weight, same focus. So I don't even think the outside stuff is going to affect him in the ring. I think he's going to be focused. And that's why AJ got to switch it up.
Go on then, Chris. It's a few hours away. Final prediction. How does the fight end?
I'm going to call a spade a spade. I think this fight will end in 10 rounds. I think AJ stop him. I'm going to say AJ. Like I said, it's heavyweight boxing. AJ stops him in the 10th, man. I think the first few rounds, AJ comes out because he knows he don't want to get behind on the scorecard. Then Usyk turns it up, 3 to 4, 5 rounds. I got to get these rounds. And AJ's cornering him and say that, you know what, we can't let it go like last time. You got to get him. And I think he'll stop him.
Well, we'll find out only a few hours away, Chris. So, yeah, we look forward to the fight a bit later tonight. Also, Ring Magazine belts on the line tonight as well, because obviously Tyson Fury was stripped of the belt because he is retired. Do you believe him?
No, I don't believe him. I think that it's just too many big fights left, especially if AJ wins, especially if Wilder wins. You set up a Wilder AJ mega fight, or you set up a Tyson Fury AJ fight. It's just too many fights left on the board. He still got his brains. He's still healthy. He wasn't forced out the game. When you walk out the game like that, you leave the door open a little bit. He's still young. And me personally, not take away from nothing he's done, but I don't think his legacy is 100% complete unless he beats the winner out of Usyk and AJ.
You mentioned the Deontay Wilder, obviously back October 15th, 16th in New York, Brooklyn. Great to see Deontay back in the ring. A lot of people thought he might not come back. We know he's been a champion for a long time. He's made a lot of money, but he's got so much still to offer with these other fighters in the division.
Yeah, he does. Still got a hell of a right hand, still a power hitter, still a big sell in the U.S. Um, I think this fight right here is going to let us all know if he's going to go forward or, he's going to step back. Me personally, after the last Fury fight, he took a little bit of damage, and it doesn't seem like he kind of recovered for the rest of the fight. So I didn't even know if he was going to come back. This fight just kind of came out of nowhere for me. And I was actually shocked when I saw it. So I think this fight right here is going to let us know what the future fight's going to be. And I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park either.
Helenius has always been that awkward type fighter.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Wilder's still dangerous. I think Wilder's stopping, 6th, 7th round. That's my pick.
Yeah. Chris, let's bring it back to yourself. Obviously, I know you've put a couple of posts out about yourself and a few UK fighters, but let's start off with obviously Johnny Fisher first. What is going on there? I know you've put it out there and you've made it clear you want to fight him, but what's happening?
I made it clear 1,000 times. He made it clear 1,000 times. His father, his management team, they want to fight. He want to fight. I guess it's up to the promoter, and his trainer. The only thing I see the fight not happening, his trainer did an interview, Tibbs, Mr. Tibbs, good trainer, looking out for his fighter. And he's mentioned my name, and he said, what's Lovejoy, a 10 or 12 round fighter? Yeah, well, what's Johnny, a 6 or 8 round fighter? Well, maybe in the future. That's what he said. So, I mean, I really want the fight to happen because it's a winnable fight for me. I think I can stop Johnny. I don't think he has enough experience. I'm a fan of Johnny, though. A fan of everything they got going on. I want to see him make it, but I know I can beat him. And in the day, it's about me, nobody else. So I can knock him off his throne. I don't know. I don't know if Eddie Hearn's ready to do that. I don't know if his trainer, if they're ready to do that. I think it's just good for hype. Getting him some little bit of U.S. fan base, and they're using me to go back and forth. And it's okay because I get little fans from it too. But I don't know if they really, really want to make the fight. Eddie Hearn knows my contract situation. If this fight if he wanted me to fight him, we'll fight this fall. So let's see. We're waiting on them. They know I'm ready.
Do you feel like you've had a lot more fights than Johnny? He's still relatively a novice. I know he's fighting up and down the country. He's got a fantastic following. But do you feel like they might need a few more fights before they go in the ring with you? What is the vibe that you're getting?
Well, it depends on who they is. His dad, his management, and him think they have what they need to beat me. They've made it clear they want to fight. Now his trainer knows boxing. His trainer knows about experience and stuff like that. And also his promoter knows money making and strategy and sales and stuff like that. And they're like, it's a high risk, low reward if you fight Lovejoy. So I don't know if they're really going. And if I was Eddie Hearn, I wouldn't have him fight me either. Unless you're ready to just get rid of Johnny Fisher and put the team behind me. I think Johnny Fisher's bringing a lot of sales and stuff like that to Matchroom and the Zone and stuff. So I don't know. I definitely want the fight though.
When you posted the picture of yourself and Johnny, that image on your Instagram, I saw a comment from Mark Tibbs where he said something like, keep off that Ganga, son. With a lot of laughing emojis. So do you feel like with that comment, they're thinking like you're just dreaming? You're not as good as you think you are, and Johnny will take you out now.
I forgot about that comment. And once again, that's his coach saying that because his coach knows we're not going to risk this. They're like, it's fun for promotion, and maybe if it happens, it happens. But nah, it's just too high risk. Not enough reward. Johnny doesn't know any better. They think I have a pumped up record. They think I'm just here to go pick up a check. I'm already good financially. I don't really need. They're not going to pay me no money for that fight. It's just chump change. You know what I mean? So the real people in boxing know I'm coming to take Johnny out. The fun and promotion stuff is fun. Let's get Lovejoy over here. We really want to fight him. He hasn't fought anybody. Nah, he's just probably just coming to get a check. It's an easy win for you. It's look good in your record. He's 21. No, I'm coming to knock him out. And the boxing people know that.
Let's move on to Kash Ali. I interviewed Kash a couple of days ago ahead of obviously Usyk Joshua, and I kind of said what was happening and what was going on, and he brought up your name and said, "Listen, he hasn't been in the ring for a while because he'll get into the ring with you tomorrow." He said he's ready. Then I saw your comments where you said like, "Who is this guy? Is this guy even a boxer?" I put it on your Instagram story. So Is that another fight potentially that we can make here in the UK?
That's a more of a realistic fight. You know, I think he's 21-1. I'm 20-1. Our names kind of came up on something after my trial fight, and I kind of called him out and merged our pictures together with our record together. I think he was 19-1 at the time, or something like that. Something like that. Anyway, that's a good fight for me. You know, that's a step up fight for me. That's also a winnable fight for me. You know, these people really haven't seen me fight at my true capabilities. You know, at my peak. You know, they see me fight lower level athletes, and then see me take a loss. So I think I kind of played the game right to lure me to a big fight for someone thinking they got an easy win like Kash Ali. I'll beat him, man. He's not really ready, and I know he's not in tip-top shape by looking at him. You know, he don't look like he really been in the gym. But that's the fight I want. I checked him out. I watched some of his fights yesterday, just in case this thing was to pop up on me somehow, some way. And I definitely want that fight. You know, he's not ready for me, and I'm gonna make him fight. See, I'm coming with a whole different style of fighting. I'm gonna make you fight. Like, we're not gonna have a jab contest and move around and play. We're gonna just brawl it out, man. It's like we're playing poker. You got your hand, I got my hand. All in. May the best man win. There's no skill to it no more. So let's see what you got. I want to see his chin. I want to test his chin out.
He's currently the IBF European champion as well. So
Okay.
is it more kind of enticing to go towards more Kash Ali than Johnny at this particular time?
Yeah, because he got a little belt. So I might have to move over there. If I move to Europe, do I get that belt?
Yeah, if you move it, I guess you will. Come on, resident of
Yeah.
Europe.
Well, yeah, I need that belt, man. You know, he ain't doing nothing with it. He ain't doing nothing with that belt, man. I didn't even know he had it. You said it.
You said you saw a couple of his fights. What do you make of him as a fighter?
I mean, he's just like he ain't got no head movement, man. I mean, he just stands there. You know, he got a nice little jab. He uses jab actually, but I mean, that's really it. You know, no real head movement. I don't see no real power, no real skill. You're not really countering. I mean, I think if I put the pressure on him, you know, I mean, it's nothing he can do. You take away his jab, he done, man. You know, he don't want to brawl. I'm gonna make him fight. I'm gonna make him fight though. That's the thing. I'm gonna make everybody fight.
He says he puts you to sleep.
He can say that, man. Tell him don't bite me. So look, on the other day, right? I forgot about the bite situation, and we got to talk about it because it's here, you know. And people make up excuses about why not to fight someone. Like when I was getting my record up, I had about 12, 13 wins, and people were saying, like, "Oh, he doesn't have a belt. He's not ranked, or he hasn't fought nobody." They're just making that weird excuse why you don't want to fight. So I can make up the excuse if I don't want to fight him. I can just say, "Oh man, he shouldn't be boxing anymore. He bought people, and that's not cool for the sport." But you know, we forgave a lot of people bit people before. So we're gonna move past that. I had to kind of stay out the way. Just tell me if he promised me that he won't bite me, we can fight. You know.
We can certainly ask him the question, but if he's watching now, you got a message for him?
I got a message for him. Please don't take this fight. You know, don't end your career and lose to someone you said you'll stop. And I remember your last comments. You told me I wasn't even a real boxer. This is when it was on Twitter somehow, and you said, "Come on, man, he's not even a real fighter." Some stuff like that. Well, I'm a real fighter, and we can make it happen. And I'm coming out there. So if Johnny Fish don't want to smoke, I'm coming to you. I come to your gym, whatever you want to do. I know all the promoters out there pick up the fight. I don't know what type of contracts you got, but we can make this fight happen. Yeah.
Absolutely. Chris, thanks for giving me a little bit of your time, my man. Is there anything else you want to get off your chest?
Just wanted to let the whole UK know I love the people, but I have no respect for the heavyweight boxers in the UK. I just don't. They're all shit houses. Yeah.
Christopher Lovejoy, IFL TV. Thank you very much.
Blokes outside my front door, can you come and help
One
me?
hell of a fucking story, so stay tuned.
Welcome, Team Everlast, to the Team Everlast Fitness app. Download the Everlast Fitness app and find your greatness within.